think it's just so cool how it all started with Miyamoto being like, hey, I want to make a game that's like walking around in this miniature garden and adventuring and having no map, just unknown exploration. And it's become this huge series that they've done an animated show for, which didn't do super good, but they did an animated show for it. They've done tons of different games and manga, different links like throughout time, like the link in Twilight Princess and Toon Link. And if you don't know what Legend of Zelda is, you're probably like, what is he talking about? But you're learning about it. Here you are. You're learning more about Legend of Zelda. If you're still like, okay, Legend of Zelda sounds kind of cool, but you know, I'm more of like a Tolkien fan, or I like Harry Potter more, like those, that's my fantasy. That's like what I like. Well, guess what? Takashi Tezuka was a fan of Tolkien and Lord of the Rings. And when he was writing the script and the story for Legend of Zelda, he took inspiration from his love for those fantasy stories. And that's where it came from, is from the fantasy built upon fantasy. And different authors and writers were inspired by those that came before them. And that's how it works, is you're inspired and you learn from an artist and you become more like that artist, and you grow and learn and grow and learn, and it just kind of continues on in this endless cycle of growing and learning and being inspired by artists and writers and singers and whatever. Like, people inspire us, and the things that we create are inspired by the things that we take in each day, the inspirations that are all around us, even like where we live, that can inspire what we create. When Shigeru Miyamoto and Takashi Tezuka were working on Legend of Zelda, they wanted to add something more that Mario didn't have. They wanted to add communication. So they made it so you don't just start with the sword. You're not just like, you start this way and you can just kind of adventure on your own and not talk to anyone, even though like that may be like that might be the comfortable thing to do. No, you have to go into a cave and there's an old man who you don't know, and he's like, hey, it's dangerous to go alone. You have to talk to him. And when you talk to him, he's like, hey, it's dangerous to go alone. Take this. And he hands you that sword. Started this idea of communication. You need to talk. And with Legend of Zelda, when they were making it, they encourage people playing this game to communicate with other people, to talk about, hey, how did you do this? Or what was the best way of finding this, beating this dungeon, or finding this bomb, or whatever, finding this item, whatever it may be. They kind of wanted to build that idea of communication. And with this, when Shigeru Miyamoto was working on this inspired him to make a game that was solely based on communication. So what game do you think that may be? It is one that is huge and like super fun. It's a comfy, cozy game. Animal Crossing. Yep, Animal Crossing. Legend of Zelda inspired Animal Crossing because Shigeru Miyamoto is like, hey, I really like this idea of communication within a game. It's kind of different, talking to different people and seeing what they have to say and having that impact your journey. I want to make a game that's based entirely on communication. And that's Animal Crossing. So communication is key. It's funny because, yeah, I don't know. It's crazy how different things inspire other things, and we have no clue. It's just like, wow, Legend of Zelda inspired Animal Crossing. That's pretty cool. He kind of started as this blank slate. Like I talked about it in a prior episode, Link doesn't really talk. He kind of goes like, ha, ha, hey, yeah. But he doesn't really talk. Like, he's not like, hi, I'm Link. And like, he talks in the manga though. And that's what this is. This is the manga. Yep. This one is for the Minish Cap. But I grew up reading the one for Four Swords. I wish I had a copy of it, but I was able to find the Minish Cap. And it's pretty cool. It's like a pretty cool like art style.